Good morning, everybody. We're back out here this morning on the build. I've got 3 sheets left to go on the back. It is so wet around there from the humidity and everything up high. I'm opting to wait on that till a little bit later up in the day when it dries off. The sun's hitting this end here this morning. It's about 40 degrees where we're at. Wiggins is about 44 degrees. We're a lot higher elevation than they are, so it makes it a little bit cooler here. We're going to try to get started this morning on this particular gable end. Now the line that I just popped is a chalk line for running the J mold up there. We're going to be having J mold across the front of this, and that'll have to be installed first. The J mold is what our metal will sit down in. It will create a nice finish across the front of it here. We're still kind of in a little bit of a dilemma because of the way the edge of the beam is made over there. I'm probably going to have to put an angle down into the corner. I'm just going to have to wait and see how it's going to work out on this side over here, because I'm going to have to start from the center and go to my right, because when I ordered metal, I don't know if I allowed for any kind of angle down or anything in the metal, so I don't want to get myself started into something that I can't finish. So I guess we'll be starting in the middle of it and working our way to the right, which will be my left over here. It'll be your right, my left. We're going to be going in that direction to try to see if we can't get that longest pieces of metal up over here on the outside first. So I guess my next thing is to go up here. I got to measure the height down to, well, I got to put the J mold on first, measure my height of metal, go get the metal out of the stack, because it's probably going to be soaking wet, and see if we can't get it dried off and get started here. In case I have to. I think that'll probably work out pretty good right there. I think this was 7 foot, wasn't it? When we measured this?
I really couldn't tell you.
Well, it shows it's about 7 foot 1 inch, but I think I ordered 7 foot metal. Thank the Lord we got a J mold. Just get it in it. Okay guys, because of the way the end of the beam ended up being made here, we don't want this to be seen when you drive up to the front, so I had to cut a 45-degree angle piece to come in here. We're going to be running metal down and covering up all this, because this will come straight across and it'll turn and go up and go across. These are the little unseen things that when you're doing construction, that kind of just jumps out at you right at the last moment. The only thing is, I'm not sure if I ordered the metal with the extra length on it to do that, so I'm sure it's going to take a little improvising. And because I've done this side that way, I've also had to move over and do that side the same way. And now I have to come back and cut this J mold and all that stuff to fit this so that it looks right. And that's going to be another one of those challenges that you got to understand how J mold works in order to be able to cut and fabricate those pieces together.
Wow. That is why they call you the master builder.
And my drill motor, baby.
That is awesome.
Yeah. This comes with age and experience.
That looks awesome.
Well, guys, it's break time again. We've tackled the front now. I guess this has been the hardest.
It looks awesome.
But it's been the hardest. I thought the roof was going to be bad, but this has...
Well, it's not been hard. It's just taking you some mind thinking.
so it's just time consuming. I'm used to rolling with stuff, and now I've come to a point that I'm having to stop and do a lot of figuring, a lot of cutting, a lot of angle pieces and stuff going in there, making sure, because I've only got X number of sheets, and if I cut one wrong, the whole project shut down.
So we can get more metal.
Yep, and then it might be a different color because it come out with a different roll. So we got to make sure we get it perfect when we do it. And
so today's not going to look like a lot of work yet. This morning ain't actually.
now, actually, this morning
pieces?
I put up 2 pieces of J mold and 2 pieces of metal.
2 pieces. We ain't even got to the third yet.
No, we ain't even made it to the third. I'm cutting the third as we talk. You know, I mean, so yeah, it's from 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock. It took 2 hours to put up 2 pieces of metal and 2 pieces of J mold and figure all those angles in that we were having to figure. And you'll see in the video what we're talking about. But it's I think it's going to be rewarding in the end. I think it's going to look good.
I'm going to like it. It looks nice. It's going to look professional, and I'm thinking you're a really good carpenter.
You think so?
A master carpenter.
Well, we're going to take our break here. Looks like she gave me some, I don't know, is this homemade chocolate chip or something?
Yeah, and he's got chocolate chip, gluten-free, all of it. Gluten-free chocolate chip, and the donut is a baked donut. I've got a donut pan, and I put pineapple juice in it, so I'm kind of curious how you like it.
We'll see how it tastes in a minute.
And I've got spice muffins with cream cheese icing on top of it, and we've got water today. My coffee's brewing in the house, my Ticino, I've got pumpkin spice going. It's not real cold, so we're okay today. It's
this morning was 40. It's probably up to around 49 right now, maybe, I guess, closer to 50.
And the sun's shining on us, we're good.
Sun's bright, wind's calm.
And we like our chairs. When we get in these chairs, it's almost like, oops, do we want to move?
I think after this piece, I'm going to go back around back and go ahead and get them real high pieces because there's no wind blowing.
Yeah.
And it's warm enough now that if I can take the towel and dry stuff off. Well, I'll say there's no wind. Well, look at her now, the wind's starting to blow.
I felt it.
See the leaves going across the sky? Look at them. They're falling like crazy. Well, forget about the wind not blowing, because it is blowing. It's coming straight out of the north now.
It's because you spoke it.
I mean, look at the leaves. It looks like it's snowing. There's so many leaves coming down. Wow.
I may have to get them a video of that later.
I'm going to be none left. They will all be fell off. But well, I'm going to get around back before it gets any worse.
And get it done.
After I get this other piece cut I got right here, because I had to make sure I was panicking there for a moment that my metal was the right length, and it was 1 inch too long, so I guess I'm okay.
Good.
So we're going to get busy here and see if we can't finish our snacks.
Good to go. Bring your ladder.
Okay guys, we finally got the back of the she shed completely closed in. We got the gable done. Everything is finished back here. All we lack now is the rest of the trim on the outside, which will come a little later. We're going to move back around to the front now and see if we can't finish the front gable, and then we got to see what metal we got left to go up the sidewall. So move around front with us guys, and let's go back to work.
All right, we've still got 3 or 4 little pieces to go. This is our last piece. But Mr. Jack's been upside down since yesterday. Because Danny's usually pretty OCD about stuff, but yesterday he was being cheap and using leftover pieces, so Jack's got upside down. He's fixing to cover this up, and we're gonna be looking like we're in the dry. Getting closer and closer.
Well, here we are at the end of a very long day. I decided today was going to be the day that I got every piece of metal on this building.
You didn't get the trim, but you got the metal.
I got all the metal on the building today.
So the roof is completed, the walls are completed. All he likes is trimming it all out and putting the ridge across the top.
Which will probably take as long as putting all the metal on. But, you know, because this is the tedious part. This is, you can build a building and you can do whatever you want, but the trim is what makes the building.
Yeah.
You know, if you screw the trim up, the building will never look good. You got to make sure it's not all wavy and wrinkly and all that kind of stuff. It's got to be done right.
And guys, I didn't get a lot of video of the tedious stuff that he was doing. I took a few shots here and there and showed you afterward what he got done. But I've been inside with the oranges. I had been letting them go because we were on this project, and I ended up with 1.5 gallons of orange juice today that I'm freezing in several containers for us to drink in for future projects.
Well, that's not all. You've been to the greenhouses. I mean,
oh, I took all the green beans out of the greenhouse. I got about 1 gallon of green beans, and I hadn't done anything with them yet, so that's tonight. I got 5 or 6 tomatoes that haven't turned yet, but the vines were dying, so I took them out. I've got all the green bean plants out of there because they were about at the end of their cycle, so I'm going to be replanting soon.
well, planting season's not that far away for us now.
No.
I mean, we're probably less than 3 weeks
3 to 4 weeks.
away from getting something in the ground here, and that's going to be English peas more than likely, but
And potatoes ain't far.
the potatoes ain't far right behind it. But see, we're already, I don't know, did you show them the heads of broccoli that we've got cut?
I'm going to show a video of the greenhouse, and we're going to show Danny's greenhouse, my greenhouse, and my GreenStalk, because we're eating out of all of them.
Yeah, we're eating fresh daily.
And the broccoli is just, oh.
That broccoli is amazing. What do you say the heads are? 8 inches? 6 to 8 inches?
Like this.
Big old giant heads on
And the
them.
leaves are huge, and I took some of the smaller leaves and cut up my salad. And so I think, it's going to be
It's
awesome.
gonna be good. We eat fresh peppers.
We
red.
had one tomato that was red.
Yep.
I had a radish that was red out of my GreenStalk. I've had onion and garlic chives. So, it's pretty.
Guys, this is our goal, is to be able, on this homestead, to eat something fresh every day. Even though it's not season for it, with the greenhouses, we're gonna make it season.
We're creating our own seasons. And so you want to tell them a little bit about what you did get done as far as you finished up things, but
I finished up both gables today. Finished up the front wall here. As you see,
the side wall.
I finished this knee wall right here along the side here. Now we've got the cap and all to go on that. I finished up the half gable up here on the side today. I've probably climbed the ladder over 1,000 times today, it seems like, and the scaffolding, but
Because Wanda wasn't out here to help him, and
Yep.
he had to go up and down for everything.
for everything I had to go up and down for it, because she had, it's legitimate. She has stuff that she has to do. And I understand that. It's just the way it is. And
Sometimes that just happens, but when he's doing the long pieces, I had to be out here. But when he was doing those little pieces, he could handle them by himself, so it wasn't
Yeah.
a big deal. And I check on him quite often to see if he's still hanging in there.
yeah, and well, now comes the part that I call that's just going to make it be a nice looking building from this point forward. We're going to be trimming it out, and
I'm already shopping.
Wanda's already shopping.
I've got a
for,
wish list on Amazon that's going berserk, and y'all, I've done picked out my stove.
It's a stove top.
Yeah, it's a stove top. Danny and I talked about it. I wanted a gas stove in here so we could can on. So we're going to put a nice gas stove. I've been looking at countertops. I hadn't decided yet. What else did I throw in that cart though?
Oh, I don't know what's on your Amazon cart.
I've
I
added
have no
towels
clue.
and all kinds of stuff. I've already added all kinds because we're going to have a patio on the back. And I decided we're going to have some furniture. He's looking at me like, what? And I said, furniture.
I told y'all 2021 is going to be different for Deep South Homestead, so she's making sure of that.
I'm changing it all. And
I'm sure you've already picked the ceiling fans out, or
yeah.
light fixtures.
Light fixtures, ceiling fans, everything is on there. It's just when he gets it wired, then we start ordering. But right now, we're at the planning stage. And sometimes I take things out of my cart and change it to something else if we find something better. But if you want to see what our Amazon list looks like, what the Cannon kitchen is going to kind of resemble, you can't really tell yet because you don't know what the cabinets and the countertops or anything
Right.
are. But you can see what
You
I'm
can get
doing
an
there.
idea about what.
And that's why I do my wish list. A lot of people say, what are you going to do with this? What is it going to look like? You can go in there and browse around. Free of charge. It don't cost you anything to look at what I got going on and see where I'm going now. My little room in here, I hadn't decided with shelves yet whether he's building them or whether we're going to buy stainless shelves that can be really, moved if we need to.
Yeah, that's a good thought about stainless shelves.
I like stainless. I like a lot of stainless.
Well, the whole theme of this whole thing out here is going to be stainless.
Yeah, everything's going to be.
We may even have stainless countertops before it's over.
That's a good idea.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I ain't found countertops yet, and I've been worried about what to put on there, and we just might have to look into stainless.
It might. Because we got a place here in town that can make stainless tops. So if we have to have them made, we can have them made. It's not a big deal.
So guys, if you're interested, go check it out and see what we got going on and follow us. Because as we add those things into it, it's going to be next year, it's going to be 2021, but that's where we're going with it.
Yeah, and I mean, you go, guys, this is something that we've been trying to work out for quite some time. This is not something that
This
just...
slab has been here since Danny and Debbie put this slab here in 2010, 11.
10, I think it was. We put this in
2010.
2010. Me and my wife that passed away put this here.
So the slab's been here 10 years. Danny's had the design in his head for 10 years.
Yeah.
And throughout the years, we've just not made it happen. And now was the time, and we're going to make it
Now,
happen.
how long have we been on this? Is this 3 weeks?
Oh, no. We just now hitting the 2-week stage.
Okay, so 2 weeks. We went from just a slab, and we're sitting here under a building that's completely almost blacked in. I mean, it is blacked in, it's just we got to put the trim on it. I mean, it's in 2 weeks now.
I think we're up to day maybe 15, 16, but 2 weeks and a day or so.
2 weeks and a couple of days, okay? So that, I mean, for 2 old people at 60 years old, I don't think that's bad myself.
I ain't 60 yet.
Well, I'm sorry, she's not 60, I am.
Give me 9 months.
Give her 9 months and she'll be there where I'm at. But you know, I don't think that's too bad for 2 people our age. You know, putting this thing together with absolutely no help.
Approximately 15 days with the slab already being down.
Yeah.
15 days to frame it and put the metal on, and it looks awesome, guys. It does.
And once you see the trim and I get through with it, I think you'll understand what I meant when I said a wood structure that's going to look like a steel building. Because on the outside, when you look at it, you can't tell it from a steel building.
No, you won't be able to. So guys, stay with us and see what we do in the next couple of days. Thank you guys from Deep South Homestead.